Morning everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new day. It is Tuesday morning. It's 7:30 just about, and it's a little cold outside, but we are supposed to get up to 39 degrees today. And as you can see, I've got breakfast stuff in front of me. So I'm just going to make some scrambled eggs, use the last of our deli ham, and just chop it up and put it in the scrambled eggs. I got the egg beaten right here, just a bowl of garbage. Glenn's going to have some toast and coffee with his. I'm actually going to put mine in a tortilla, a flour tortilla, and just have a little egg taco. So yeah, that's all we're having for breakfast. And yeah, nothing much going on, but stay tuned. All right, everyone. So we are getting ready to have supper, and you can see I have some tostada shells on the cookie sheet. These are just Ortega tostada shells from Piggly Wiggly, and that's the only store I can find these kind of tostada shells in. Got some beans there, and we have leftover chicken from the enchiladas, so we're having chicken enchilada. We're having chicken tostadas. And we're just basically going to put beans, chicken, a little bit of sour cream, and some cheese on it. We don't have any lettuce, and we really don't care about tomatoes. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty simple meal. Just using up some leftover chicken, and that's going to be our supper. All right, everyone, so here are my tostadas, just some beans, chicken, and cheese, and I'm good with that. I love my simple meals, so I'm going to sit down and enjoy these. I might have a couple of things coming up yet tonight to show you, so stay tuned. All right, everyone, so it is time to make a dessert for tonight, and I am going to be making a dessert recipe from a subscriber, Valerie G. I'm going to be making what she called Auntie Yvette's chocolate cake and frosting. So that's what we're going to make today. I've been meaning to make this and I haven't, so we're going to get around to it tonight. Valerie, thank you for submitting this recipe, and I look forward to trying it. So the frosting itself sounds a lot like, looks a lot like the recipe I use. All right, so some of the stuff I'm going to be warming up on the stovetop, but I first want to get my dry ingredients together because that's going to get mixed into the other stuff. And that's Gypsy barking in the background. Glenn is messing around with her, so they're kind of playing in the bedroom. So, all right, the dry ingredients that are going to be whisked together is 1 cup of flour. We got 1 teaspoon of baking soda. We got a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and I will leave this recipe in the description below. I am getting a little better at remembering to do so. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. All right, so we're just going to whisk these together. All right, so that's ready to go. And now I'm going to get the ingredients ready for the stove top and everything I got to pour in it once it's warm. All right, so the stove part of this is going to be 1/2 cup of milk, which I have in there. And then I'm going to put a 1/2 cup of water. And I'm going to be whisking this as I add in the 1/4 cup of cocoa. So I'm just going to, and then we're going to bring this to almost to a boil. I've got it on a medium heat right now. And I've got my oven preheated to 350, and this recipe is going to be for an 8x8 pan, cake pan, and you'll want to grease it. So I've got all the other ingredients ready to go. Once this comes to almost a boil, we'll take it off the stove and then add in the other ingredients. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take this off now. It's pretty hot now. I don't want to burn the milk or the cocoa. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to put in a 1/4 cup of softened butter. A 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. A cup of sugar, granulated, and 1 egg. And we're going to go ahead and mix this together. I'm glad that, Valerie, that you sent me a dessert recipe for a cake, because I've been actually wanting to start doing cakes from scratch instead of buying box cake mixes. So thank you for sending me in the cake recipe. And once this butter is all melted, we're going to add in our flour mix. I don't know what I was thinking. This is non-stick, so it's got that non-stick stuff. I was going to do it with the hand mixer, but decided not to. Probably scratch up the whole thing. All right, everything seems to have come together in there well. Just scraping everything off the bottom. I'd like to get a Dutch oven. I like to get away from this non-stick stuff. I'd still like non-stick, but not this stuff that's supposed to be bad for you, I guess. I don't know if all non-stick is that way. But yeah, I'd like to try my hand at a Dutch oven and cast iron, things like that. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and put in the flour mix. I'm going to go ahead and try to whisk that in. A whisk works wonders for lumps and things like that. It's already doing its job here. I'm going to take all the chocolate off this little spoon. Alright, I think we're ready. There's a little bit of lumps, but I don't think that's going to hurt anything. Okay, let me grab my 8x8. Okay, so now we're just going to pour this mixture in here. And we're going to bake this for 30 minutes. All right, I'm going to put it in the oven 30 minutes, and we just want to see a clean toothpick after 30 minutes. So, all right, we'll be back. Okay, so while we're waiting for the cake to bake, we're going to go ahead and make the chocolate frosting, or the icing, whatever you want to call it. What's the difference, frosting and icing? We're going to put 3 tablespoons of butter. I got it pre-cut out of the stick. 2 tablespoons of cocoa. A half a teaspoon of vanilla. 3 cups of powdered sugar or confectioner sugar, however you want to call it. Same thing. And then milk as needed. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the milk. Okay, the only thing is my milk is icy, so if you see clumps coming out of it, it's not curds, it's just ice. Yeah, I just thawed this milk out yesterday and it's still kind of icy. All right, I guess I'll just put milk as needed. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use the mixer like I said. I think I'm going to move my little laptop before I get powdered sugar inside of it and the keyboards. I got white dust going everywhere. I think that's the perfect texture right there. I'm glad I didn't put no more milk in. I didn't want to have to put any more powdered sugar in there. Hi, baby. I got Gypsy by my side watching me. Let's taste that. Yep, it tastes just about how I make it. That's good. I'm going to just mix it a little bit more. All right, our icing is ready. Yeah, it's a nice sweet taste. Yep, good stuff. All right, our icing is ready. So we're just waiting for the cake. And I am going to clean up this mess. Okay, so the cake is done. It's been 30 minutes, so we're just gonna put the toothpick test in. And it is clean. Completely clean. 30 minutes exactly. Just how the recipe said. And now we're gonna let it cool off. It smells delicious. As it was baking, I was thinking to myself, oh, you guys should have smell-o-vision. Because you have to smell some of the things I make and bake. Like that apple dessert the other day. Oh, it was smelling so good. But, all right, we're going to let this cool off and we'll be back when we're ready to cut it. All right, everyone. So it is time to cut this cake. Waited long enough. So we're cutting it now. So let's get to it. The amount of frosting that was made was enough to cover this, and that's all it is. It felt like it was a pretty good layer on the cake, so we'll see when we cut the piece out. All right, you can see the side there. Yep, that's a good thick layer of frosting. Yep, this looks good. Let's take a taste test. All right, everyone, so I went ahead and tasted this test. I didn't think I'd put you through the torture of waiting for me to chew it and everything. But yeah, it is good. It is good. I love the texture of the cake. It's got a good texture to it. Yeah, I think it's good, and I would definitely make this again. So the frosting is good. It's similar to what I make. So a good combination. So thank you again, Valerie, for submitting this dessert recipe. And yeah, I love it, and I will make it again. And it's perfect, the perfect measurements of the recipe for the 8x8 pan, which is the size of cake I make now. So that's going to work out great. So again, thank you, Valerie. I'm going to enjoy this dessert very much. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the video off here. Thank you so much for taking this time out of your day to watch this video. I appreciate all your support. And with that, remember to live life, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Until next time.